Before I became an insurance agent, I assumed something about car insurance that turned out to be wrong. I thought if a buddy borrowed my car, had a valid policy, and got into a wreck, his insurance would cover it because he made the mistake. I figured I'd only be on the hook if my friend was uninsured. Turns out that's not how it works at all. In insurance, coverage almost always follows the vehicle, not the driver. If you hand someone your keys, your policy is on the hook first. Today, we're breaking down how permissive use actually works and the hidden traps that get claims flat out denied, and a few simple ways to protect your rates without being an awful friend. Giving explicit permission for someone to occasionally borrow your car is known as permissive use. Most standard policies have it, so if your buddy borrows your pickup for an afternoon to move a couch and rear end someone, here's what actually happens. Your policy is primary, your liability pays out first for the damage and injuries, your collision coverage fixes your car, meaning you pay your deductible out of pocket even though you weren't behind the wheel. Your rates take the hit. Because the claim paid out under your policy, your record gets dinged and your premium spikes at renewal. His insurance only kicks in as secondary excess coverage if the damage completely blows past your policy limits. If you fall into one of these three traps, they won't just hike your rate, they'll deny the claim entirely. Number one is the unlisted household driver. Permissive use is strictly for occasional borrowing by people who do not live with you. If a roommate or a family member under your roof drives your car routinely and isn't listed on your policy, the carrier may refuse to cover the wreck. Number two is the excluded driver. If you explicitly excluded a bad driver from your policy and they run a quick errand, there's zero coverage here. Another exception is gig work and business. If your friend borrows your vehicle to run rideshare, deliveries, or use it for work, standard policies may not cover it. Some budget carriers may even step down your coverage to state minimums the moment someone else is driving. Every carrier and state is different. That's why it's always a good idea to reach out to your agent or your insurance company if you don't have an agent and make sure that you're adequately covered. It's your vehicle and your choice, but now that I know how the rules work, I think about these situations differently, and you might too. For example, your friend borrows your truck to move. Maybe he's not used to driving a big truck, or maybe he's just not an awesome driver. Knowing your policy pays if he has an accident or hits a pole, it might be worth offering just to drive the truck for him while helping him move. You control the risk, you get to be a good friend, and your rates stay safe. If someone needs your car for a few weeks while theirs is in the shop, don't just guess, call your agent or your insurance company, ask if they need to be listed temporarily or if your policy limits need adjusting. A quick call beats an expensive surprise later. If you're self-financing a car for a friend or relative and holding the title until they pay you off, keeping it registered and insured in your name leaves you wide open to liability. A smarter play? Consider transferring the title to their name, adding yourself as the lien holder, and requiring them to register and insure it. I don't love these rules that can be so confusing, but I can't change them either. The best I can do is bring them to light so you don't get burned by them. I'd much rather you keep your money in your pocket or funnel it into your emergency fund, your investments, or vacation fund than getting hit with an added cost or rate hike, all because of a rule you didn't know about. So I'll keep sharing these tips to help you shop savvier and be savvier about your policy and lower your risk of being burned by a rule you didn't know about. I'm building a list of quick personal finance tips and insurance traps and things I didn't know before becoming an agent, and you can watch those here. And let me know what you want me to test or tackle next. I'll see you in the next one.